a piece of pizza. Sorry. I lost track of time. I'm gonna choke. Sorry. How rude. Hey, I'm Skip Alzheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime Streaming Show, where we watch old 16mm films, and sometimes I eat lunch. And we got pizza for the AV Geeks crew today, and so I was eating a piece of pizza. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's learn about Earth and its coastlines. Enjoy.
Throughout the world, in every place where land meets sea, waves are continually changing the shoreline landscape. There is a wide variety of coastline forms. Some, like the one shown here, are comprised of solid rock, others of less resistant gravel and clay. But every coast is shaped primarily by the work of the waves, wave after wave, year after year. To investigate the effect of waves, let's look first at some small terraces along the shores of a reservoir. These terraces lead like steps up the bank from the water. Terraces along a coastline are formed like this. First, the waves cut out sand and other materials to form a wave-cut cliff and a small platform. Over a long period of time, the land may be uplifted several times to leave a series of cliffs. At low tide, we can see the new rock platform being cut into the face of the old terrace at the left. During storms, the waves will break directly against the face of the cliff. The older high terrace was itself formed by wave action at sea level and has since been uplifted by forces of diastrophism. When the new beach begins to form, it may be made up of large rocks. This is known as a cobble beach. But with the continual action of the waves, these rocks will be worn down to small stones and pebbles. In time, the stones and pebbles will be worn by the waves to sand. Since waves are so important in the creation of coastline topography, let's learn more about them. We can do this with a wave tank. When the wind blows, ripples begin to form. Then the ripples grow larger and become waves. The waves travel along the surface of the water. But in spite of its apparent forward motion, the water itself moves in circular orbits. We can see this clearly if we put a cork in the water. The cork moves with the particles of water around it, in circles, as wave after wave passes by. Watch. It is only when the waves meet the shoreline and collapse that the water spills forward. When this happens in our wave tank, the erosive action of the water is clearly seen. Watch how the turbulent action of the breaking waves erodes the bottom. In nature, the power of waves, even ordinary waves, can be enormous. And during a storm, when the waves are strongest, They may exert a pressure of more than 20 tons per square yard. With this kind of force, cliffs like these may literally be pounded apart. These fallen pieces of rock were broken off and may be tossed into the waves and battered against the cliff. So over the years, the coastline changes. More rocks are broken off until entire areas of the cliff may be cut away, leaving spires of the most resistant rock. In some places, the natural rock may be worn away in unusual patterns, leaving natural bridges, grottos, or caves. But in time, these too will be broken down by the ceaseless work of the waves. Still another factor in shaping our coastlines are rivers, which carry sand, silt, and other sedimentary materials into the sea. These materials may then be transported along the coast by strong ocean currents. Some of the sand, which is carried into the sea by rivers, is deposited on the beach. But most of the sand and finer sedimentary materials are deposited underwater on the ocean floor. In shallow water, wave action extends clear to the bottom, forming ripple-like patterns in the fine sediment. However, the slow movement of this clump of seaweed shows that the actual water movement close to the bottom is very slight. Hydrographic models of nearshore areas show terraces, valleys, and mountains in the landscape beneath the sea. Underwater canyons like this one are continually being filled with deposits washed down from the surface. But peaks are also being formed underwater. They are created by the same forces of diastrophism which uplift the land elsewhere on the crust of the Earth. Millions of tons of sediment are washed into the sea each year to pile up on the ocean floor or to be carried onto the coastal beaches. The sand on a beach is continually moved along the coast by the action of the waves. Here, the moving sand of the coast is obstructed by a peninsula. This kind of pointed land spit may occur where the longshore current meets a flowing river. The two forces work together, one from each side, to shape a peninsula. Where the longshore current meets a slow-moving river, the sandbar may almost close the river's mouth. Notice the small opening at the lower end of this long, narrow sandbar. Here, the current is piling up sand along a man-made causeway. Where there are no obstructions, the sand will be moved straight along the coastline in the direction of the prevailing current. But currents and waves are not the only forces that reshape a coastline. Over long periods of geologic time, the forces of diastrophism may cause a coast to sink. As the sea covers the submerged land, the resulting coastline may be highly complex, with islands, winding inlets, and irregular bays. This is particularly true of a submerged river valley like this one. The sheltered area here is used to protect the man-made oyster beds seen in the water. On a contour map, we can see what happens as the land sinks. Lower levels are successively submerged. Higher levels remain as irregular land areas. Over thousands of years, submergence may continue. The highest contours of the land may be left as islands in the bays. And the size and shape of the islands may continue to change as the land is further submerged. If, on the other hand, the land is uplifted, the result is an emergent coastline, like this one. So these forces, diastrophism and erosion by waves, currents, and rivers, are continually affecting coastlines. The topography of a coast is a pattern of constant change.
Here I am. Here I am. Wait, what happened? Where am I? I heard I was across the building. I heard it end. Yeah. So there's a lot of cornet stuff that we've watched. They sent us 14 pallets a couple of years ago, and we've been slowly going through and scanning stuff. But also have been scanning stuff that isn't strictly cornet, but it's their sister label, Perspective. And this film was fascinating. It's fascinating because it has 2 Chicago filmmakers associated with it, and it's a documentary. It's called Mr. Tri-State. Enjoy.
Number 15 is George Rumas from Hillside, Illinois. Number 16 is Dude Rowan from Chicago, Illinois. And number 17 is Melvin Merriweather from Michigan City, Indiana. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at 17 of the finest physiques in the Midwest as well as anywhere in the world.
The United States is more or less lacking in athletics, and we're hoping like having meets like this will encourage people from all different phases of sports, whatever it may be, to help make this a better country, more or less athletic-minded. Now, the meet we're having here, we'll have 2 calibers. It's a junior meet and a senior meet. The junior meet is to draw people that are just starting to weight train and to get them in the enthusiasm to train for these bigger meets, such as Mr. Tri-States. And that's about it. Well, the Mr. Tri-States is involved within 3 states, Illinois, Wisconsin, and Indiana. And we're trying to gather as many as the top contestants from each state to come out over here and compete against each other and to find out who is the top out of the 3 states.
Thank you, Gene. Along with player Joe England has won Mr. Southern Wisconsin, Mr. Atlas, Mr. Beach, Mr. Southtown YMCA, Mr. Triumph, and Mr. Young Olympic. for the simple. No matter what I do, I get it, you know?
Great.
Just pumping calves.
Pump them out, baby. Get them up there.
I think weightlifting started back in about 1938, somewhere around there. And some guy just wanted to more or less impress another individual by lifting a certain amount of weight. And when he did this, he figured he had a sense of accomplishment. So then after that, he figured, well, I'm going to work out a little more. So then he started holding exhibitions. Here, this state, and it started to be more publicized, you know what I mean? And you'd be competing against another individual that's more or less same body weight as you, it's just who's stronger, you know what I mean? And this more or less sort of gives you a personal satisfaction and a goal for yourself, you know what I mean? Now, as far as going back to the physical structure, they used to, when they used to have a weightlifting meet, right after that, they used to award the best award to the best physique. And from that on there, some guy says, well, look, man, I look pretty good against all these lifters. I might as well start weight training. You know what I mean? And this is where weight training comes in.
Let's all have a pose for the camera. Can we have the lights off, please?
How's that?
Instructions 1, Mr. Milwaukee, Mr. Southern Wisconsin, Mr. Wisconsin, Mr. Chicago YMCA, Mr. Northern Illinois, Mr. Fox Valley, Mr. District 5, Mr. Central Indiana, Mr. Western Illinois, Mr. Midwest, and Mr. Heart of America.
I think I expected more. You're on television. Don't you think so? No, that's the microphone. No, they're taking your picture. Great. Looks good. Outstanding. Got that on tape? And unbelievable. Little fat. Needs a haircut.
Huh? How do you feel?
Tired.
You ain't tired? Feel good?
Yeah, I feel good.
You gotta get the light on so you wouldn't lose your pump as you walked out there.
Say a few words in the microphone, Chuck.
Hello, Mom.
How do you keep fit?
What do you
I'll
eat?
be home in a little bit and put the pot on the stove.
What special supplements do you take?
I eat a lot of bakery.
A lot of whipped cream pies?
A lot of ice cream.
Chuck, would you do it all over again? Chuck,
Huh?
would you do this all over again if you had to?
Oh, yeah.
Would you have your kid go in there?
Yeah. Definitely.
How long
That's a
you
good
been
way to
working
stay in
out, Chuck?
shape.
How long you been working out?
20 years.
Really?
Yeah. How old do you think I am?
I don't know, you look like you're about 28.
36. What do you want me to talk about?
Chuck, how often do you work out?
Every day, 6 days a week.
6 days a week? How long during the day?
For contests, about 3 hours.
3 hours. Any particular supplements or anything like that, or just a basic diet?
About 95% supplements and the rest regular food, but I stay away from starches, carbohydrates.
I see. You got any future intentions of going on in the game, or what?
Yeah, I'd like to get into some national competition. Mr. America, Mr. USA.
With the AAU, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Chuck, by the way, are you going out for Mr. America this year?
I hope so.
Can I have your autograph?
Sure.
First place, Mr. Tri-State, Chuck Rauter.
How do you feel?
Oh, elated. It makes all the workouts worthwhile.
Hey, the judges just informed me that there was a tie between Dave Branch and Bill Blake. And it was so close that the judges deliberated 3 times and they finally made a decision by the flip of a coin. Let's have a round of applause for all the way again now.
Hang on to that. I'm going to take a fast shower.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Thanks, Frank.
Are you gonna go take a shower now?
Yeah, I get my bag here.
Really, you started in small, baby.
Thank you. This is my fiancée, Marcia. Say hello.
Hello.
Jeff Kreines shot a lot of documentaries, and including Demon Lover Diary and 17, which are really incredible things. Tom Pizzullo is a Chicago experimental filmmaker. Jeff Kreines actually stayed at the archive because he invented this archival film scanner called the Kinetta, of which we have an early version of. So, yes. And I asked him about this. I was like, hey, we ran across this film. And he's like, yeah, this is one of the first times that we actually got paid in advance. It was awesome. And there was so much money. And we're like, what? Why do you want this? But anyways. All right, so behind me, I have a film scanner set up. And hopefully this will... I was in the back pulling films, and I pulled like a big stack. I'm like, no, we've seen that one. No, we've seen that one. No, we've seen that one. What is this called? This is Leo, A Dream About a Lion, which we have not seen. So let's watch it. Enjoy.
À la queue, le. 1, 2, 3. À la queue, le, mon petit chat est bleu. S'il est bleu, tant mieux. S'il est gris, tant pis. Très bien, je vous félicite, mes enfants. Maintenant, nous allons chanter Quand sa poule, bon cochon. Quand sa poule, bon cochon, la première va devant. La première aussi, la première.
Holy cow. That was really something. So I looked up Heine Becker. He's Zambian composer. Did a bunch of jazz, film scoring, etc. Wow. He's 90 now. But man, the soundtrack was very reminiscent of like an Italian giallo or horror movie. It was whacked out. Holy cow! So Filmfare, somebody pointed out that Filmfare, they put out all those Paddington movies, shorts, but that were distributed to schools and television. But Filmfare actually licensed that from another place, and it's of course again likely that Filmfare licensed this from the South African filmmakers. But whacked out. Holy cow. That was this is why I like going to the going to the shelves, the stacks, and like looking and like, I haven't seen this one. What is this one's about? And I was like, it's gonna be some dumb animated story. Nope, not at all. All right, so I very much love your contributions, your comments, your donations as far as cash goes. Thank you, Jeremy, for donating via the super thanks button. You can also donate via the ko-fi.com/avgeeks or patreon.com/avgeeks. But sometimes people send me stuff, and Old Radios has been playing around with the devil AI and put Uncle Smiley's face and body in AI and had it generate a variety of different Uncle Smileys. And if you don't know who Uncle Smiley is, just wait, I'll show you an Uncle Smiley film that, oh yeah, the hands on this one is creepy. The kind of anime, but again, the hands, so weird. It's interesting AI can't get hands right. That's the way to do it, is just make a fist and then hide the other hand. We've noticed this with some painters who aren't good at... There's the original Uncle Smiley. Horace Gass. Andy, Old Radios, thank you for sending me all those images. He also sent me some for Harv and Marv, which I will save for another day when we show another Harv and Marv. So anyways, this is one of the first Uncle Smiley films that we ever got at the archive. And we've seen it, but we saw it like 4 years ago. So here's Uncle Smiley Goes Up the River. Enjoy.
And the school day is done, that's the kids always run to its Uncle Smiley, whose is the place where they always raise their uncles are walk too busy working to get up and go. But Uncle's a friend who can never say no, so Uncle Smiley, get up and go. Uncle's a one, he's a barrel of fun, just look out, here he comes. It's Uncle Smiley, stumbling around like a carnival clown. He's the pride of the town, he's our Uncle Smiley. When there's a job to be done, old Uncle is always the one. No matter what happens, it's bound to be fun. So Uncle Smiley, get up and go. So Uncle Smiley, get up and go.
Remember last week when we all went out with Uncle Smiley on the boat ride? I'll say, that sure was some fun, all right. But it wasn't just a regular boat ride. Yeah, we'd all been on boats before, but this time was really special, because the people in our town were all getting together to clean up the river. There's the first mate right there, and there's the captain, too. Boy, they sure knew a lot about boats and water and things. Hey, watch this. Here comes Uncle Smiley running down the pier with all our life jackets and stuff. I guess he wanted to make sure the life jackets worked all right. Yeah, a life preserver that won't float isn't much good. I guess the first mate wanted to test them too. The captain was nice, but he didn't laugh very much.
All aboard, the captain roared, time to clean the river. All the way, let's start.
We finally joined up with the other people from the town. They were already busy cleaning up the trash along the shore. The captain told us the best places to start cleaning, and we got to work. There was all kinds of stuff along the shore. Rusty cans and boards with nails and broken bottles, and even pieces of old cars and boats. Some of the stuff was so big and heavy, you couldn't even carry it all by yourself. I wonder how some of that stuff got there in the first place. There was junk and trash everywhere. We put everything we found in big giant piles so that when the men came by in the trucks later, they wouldn't have any trouble picking it up. You know, lots of people still can't understand why we're so worried about the river. They ought to take a boat ride sometime like we did. Everybody's just been dumping trash and things in the rivers and thinking it would all just go away. But it doesn't go away. It just fills up the rivers and kills all the plants and fish. The captain told us that pretty soon there might not be any fish left alive anywhere in the world, even in the oceans. Fish are pretty. I like fish.
Fish are dying everywhere, dying in the rivers, floating on the poison stains, lying in the rivers. It really is a crying shame what's happened to the river. It doesn't matter who's to blame. It's time to save the river.
Things were really going well until Uncle started goofing up again.
Yeah, he never looked what he was doing with that old inner tube. The captain really liked that.
But even that was nothing to when he kicked over the oil can.
Was the captain mad this time? Everybody knows oil is one of the things that pollutes rivers and oceans the most. Well, he made Uncle Smiley and us clean up every drop of oil from the deck before it spilled into the water.
Day is done, we're heading home. Time to leave the river, but the job has just begun of cleaning up the river. It's not a simple thing to do. We'll need a lot of help from you and everyone beneath the sun. It's time to save the river.
That's our Uncle Smiley. You bet it is.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Old Radios, for the AI take on it. And thanks to all you for watching this week. We'll be back on Monday. And if you like what you saw, like I said, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, hit the super thanks button to donate. Yeah, good weekend. Come back on Monday, and we'll find more crazy films like we just saw. All right. Everybody take care. Love you guys. Bye.